All right, Collins, what's the most accurate? Now, if they say most accurate, there's probably some good answers in there, right? There's one that's probably the best. Describing an estuary. Now, does an estuary have high salt levels to keep the water clear of nutrients? No. We know the estuaries, they have salt, but it's not a high salt. Freshwater mixed with salt water provide a nutrient-rich environment. That's what they are, right? Where rivers and oceans meet. I like B. Animals and plants compete for food due to pollution from surrounding areas. And cold water mixes with salt water to create a cooling effect that encourages growth. Pretty easy one. Hopefully nobody missed number 1. I think it was Orphelia that asked me the question this week. Mr. Bullens, what is this one? Yeah, pretty sure it was. Why do humans require so many different types of cells to survive? Now, I know we haven't officially taught this. We've seen it before, though. Are human cells identical and work together to do the same function? No, not every cell is doing the same thing. Human cells are, there's that word, specialized and work together to perform the same function. No. Human cells are identical and work independently to do different things. No. Human cells are specialized and work independently to perform different functions. Nerve cells perform nerve things. Digestive cells perform digestive things. Skin cells, like all your cells have different functions that they do. No one should miss this now. We've covered this now. How a fluid is heated. How is a fluid heated? Mackie. Convection. I certainly hope you didn't put B because that one makes the least sense. Why is copper often used to line the bottom of cookware, Annalee? Is it because copper cools quickly? Is it because copper is inexpensive? That is a big no. Is copper a good insulator? Is copper a good conductor? Metals are good conductors. No one should miss those. All right, next, Fabiana. Water is boiled and water vapor forms. I can picture that, can't you? What best describes the process? Is it a chemical change? It's definitely not a chemical change, so I'm getting rid of A and I'm getting rid of B. It's a physical change because the water disappears and is absorbed by the air. A physical change because the water and water vapor are different states of the same substance. That's a pretty easy one. What statement is accurate about the seasonal temperatures in North Carolina? They are unpredictable. That's the answer to no. The temperatures are varied during the seasons. The temperatures change during the different. I kind of like that. The average temperature stays close to 60 during all the seasons. We'll walk outside the last 2 or 3 weeks. You know that that's not true. It's difficult to notice the change in temperature. So if I go outside today versus August, I won't even notice a difference. No. It's difficult to predict. Yes, I like this one. It's difficult to predict what the temperatures will be during the season. That is kind of true. That's not the right answer, though, is it? It is very true. Like, 1 week it was like 70, then there was like a hurricane or a tornado, and then we had like a snowstorm. Like, it was nuts. D is a great answer. They should probably take that off, because honestly, I wouldn't even be mad if you circled that. But the best answer is A, right? Temperatures are varied. It's different. In the summer, it's hot. Spring is kind of warm. Yesterday got me really excited about spring. It was beautiful outside yesterday when I left. Super nice. All right. How will the force needed to move an object be affected if the mass of the object changes from 100 to 200 kilograms? Maddox, will it be tripled? No. The force needed to move it will be doubled. I like that. It would stay the same. That's a terrible answer. C is the worst answer on here. The force needed to move it would be reduced by half. I understand why people would answer that because they're going from 200 to 100, but it's actually going from 100 to 200. So D is one of those in there trying to trick you. Michael observes the air pressure. Over the last couple of days, the air pressure has been dropping. So we're going into that big L, low pressure. What is that trick that we've said to remember what happens when I have low pressure? I've said it in class a few times. Jesse. Lousy weather. So clear skies and more wind? No, that's clear skies and dry weather? No, increasing clouds and possible storms. So what happens when you have a low pressure system? Yes, ma'am. What's true about this graph? Well, there should be every hand in the classroom up on this one. What's true about this graph, Judah? Okay, because it's a distance time graph, it's at rest. I'm not going to jot that in. What are the misconceptions? Flat road, or what if someone didn't read this and they thought it was a speed time graph? That would mean it is. It's not constant speed. Hopefully you have both of those. I know that we haven't studied this, Hayden, but you should probably still already know this. What body system is responsible for supplying the body with oxygen and removing carbon dioxide? Let's do it. Is it the digestive? It's certainly not the digestive. So is it the nervous system, like your brain? Not really, and it controls it. Muscular or respiratory? It's the respiratory, your lungs. How fast was a train moving if it traveled 100 meters in 10 seconds? Somebody probably drew a DST. Nolan, what'd you draw? 100 meters. 100 divided by 10 is? That's a pretty easy one. Hopefully nobody missed that. Avery buys a 10-pound block of ice for her cooler. She crushes the ice into small pieces. How much do the pieces weigh together, Collins? It's still 10 pounds. Did I lose ice? Did I gain ice? No. A deer inherits some of its features from its parents. Other features come from the environment. What feature would a deer most likely inherit from its parents? But you haven't taught genetics, Mr. Bullens. Shayla, the answer is B. You do not inherit long scars. You do not inherit missing teeth. And you do not inherit broken antlers. Those things happen in the wild. Wouldn't that be awful if you inherited missing teeth? Well, Mr. Boyens, my grandma has none, so I don't have any either. I'm going to keep wearing this mask for the rest of my life so no one sees my dentures. It'd be a long day. All right, smash the like button, subscribe. We're done with this.